This is my Warden subclassing 1vx build. Um, if you stick around, I'm going to show you a couple different setups that I have. So before I get into it, you can run any offensive line you want with this build. It all works perfectly fine. I've tested them all. This is the way that I like to play. Um, I enjoy this setup better than other ones. And it's, fits my play style and everything like that. So, but I am going to show you different setups that I have tried. So there's 3 in total. There's this one, the vampire one, and then the one where I just use 1 subclassing and 2 wardens. So um, we'll get into the character sheet. This is front bar. Nothing too crazy. 18k mag, 32k health, almost 21k stam. Damage is low, but it gets higher. Same with spell resistance. Recoveries get better too. Back bar, resistances and everything get higher. Same thing. So that's the front bar. That's the back bar, buffed. Seems a little low, but it gets better. So now we will get into I'm running the Shadow Mundus for crit. Then I'm running smoked bear haunches. With this build, you don't have to. You can actually run Bewitched Sugar Skulls, but that's if you run this specific one. You can get away with it, but I like running this because I don't always run it this way. And then potions, I'm just using tripods. They're the best thing that they switched to right now was doing this. And then I got some detect pots and the movability pots. Nothing too crazy. Let's get off in the first set. It's Griffins. So a lot of people like storm calling. A lot of people like the streak. A lot of people doing that for the Manor Expedition. The set gives it to me, so I can be a little different. I enjoy this build. I ran it last patch. Being able to keep up. I'm at 45% speed with wings and this up at the same time. 10% extra for crit, so I'm building into crit. So it's a crit build. 2-piece crit, 3-piece crit, weapon damage, and then you get your minor force and your minor expedition. And then on the back bar, rally cry. I tried to stay away from rally cry, but it's so good right now. There's no point sitting here fighting. Might as well just do what everybody else is doing. I have ran clever back bar, and I was running also weird tree back bar, and it works perfectly fine. That and clever work perfectly fine here, but right now you might as well just give into it and get the extra crit resistance and it's like extra damage and extra crit. You might as well. It's like a good support set. Poisons, you can use whatever ones you want. I just have these ones. I think that your best bet right now, because a lot of people are have good sustain and shit like that, you would want to run maybe stam drain or mag drain poisons, because the best way to get people to get the combo would be running them out of stam. So then we got Balorgs, of course. You can run Bloodspawn with this build if you want. I do have that. I have Roska. You can run that. You can run Zols. You can run Nibene if you wanted to be extra tanky. So it's entirely up to you. 1-piece trainee, reinforced. Got Balor's shoulders, rally cry, belt, light piece, at least 1, and then Griffins on the rest. All stam. And then I'm running infused weapon damage necklace. I'm running the monomyth reforged. Okay, so I know everybody's gonna say, "Oh man, you're just one of the other people that runs this." I also like Death Dealer's Feet. Works perfectly fine. You're not going to notice that. I know it's going to sound crazy, the 20%. It's crazy strong. You got minor berserk, but Death Dealers works fine, and so does Markin. So if you don't have Monomyth, you didn't want to buy it, this works. This will work. Even if you don't have that, Saints and Seducers and Sea Serpent's Coil will work perfectly fine. These are just as good as the Monomyth. I just have it because I wanted to test it. It works really good with the build, just for the major force. And then on the back bar, you get major and minor, or major protection. I mean, why not? You already got minor if you do it the other build that I have. So now we'll go into the superstar just to make it a lot easier here now. So for my subclassing, I went for DK. We got Earthen Heart. We got Templar for restoring light. And then we have Warden for animal companions. Okay. So yes, I know that I could use Warden Charm. I'm a main class Warden, but I like to not have the crutch of a free AoE thing. What do you call it? AoE. How's that thing called? AoE stun, snare, charm thing. So I went for Fossilize or Shattering Rocks. I actually really like it. So my damage actually gets higher overall because I get the minor berserk, which I'll go into the passes. I just wanted to show. And then execute Deep Fissure, of course, because it's the best delayed burst in the game. Wrecking Blow. I've had this thing up to 18k. It works really well with the major berserk, or major berserk. I switched to get minor berserk because I don't need it anymore. So I got the minor invasion because Monomyth gives you minor berserk. And then I got old fashioned Dawnbreaker. And then channeled focus. So a lot of people between Betty Netch and channeled focus, they always go for the stand morphs. I like the mag morph. That's me. Your preference. If you think that you can run better with the stand morph and you want to do it that way, it works. It'll work either way. This is how I like to play. I'm an advocate for this. It doesn't matter. You guys can do whatever you want. Purifying light. Freeze up a CP. I'm an old Plar main, so it's nice to have this in a big AoE group and you stand in it and fight people. You know, it's not so bad. And then Healing Soul. So on my Healing Soul, I have heal over time, and then major savagery because I don't have any major savagery up here. I could use a pot. You could use that and use the Warden Charm if you want to use savagery pots. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. And then resolving figure, and then corrosive. Don't have to run corrosive. So on skills alone, you can on the back bar, you can use bonk if you want. You can use 2H ultimate. You don't have to use Dawnbreaker. On the back bar, you can use corrosive, shield wall. You can use rite of passage. You can use, I think that's it, ultimate wise. You could use meteor if you wanted to. Entirely up to you. So CP, we'll go back here. CP, I got resilience, more crit resistance. I have 4200 when it goes up and still doesn't save me, but hey, I don't care. It's what I want to do. Don't have to. If you can run Rally Cry without resilience, you can put whatever you want here. More damage. You can put more stats. You can have the mag one. You could have the stam one. You can have whatever you want. I prefer resilience. I kept resilience. Master at Arms. I have focus mending for more healing. And then I have fighting finesse. 8% crit damage. Overall, I think I'm at like 130% crit, and I'm not a Khajiit. I can't remember. On my red tree, same by suffering, boundless vitality. So I went for extra health. I know it's only 1400, but 30. I have like 30, almost 33,000 health, and it's not too bad. And then survival instincts, Pain's Refuge, and then the green tree. You know, it's whatever. So we'll go back in here. I'm also Imperial. That's kind of why I mean, everybody knows they're like, oh my god, you're not at Orc anymore. Like, I still love Orc. Orc's still probably my favorite race, but with subclassing and everything costing so much, and you're just throwing on more stuff, this 6% reduction is just phenomenal. Can't be mad at it. And then I gave up the minor toughness, which is another like 2k, so that's why I went. So I get an extra just 1k health. So, well, this is build 1. We'll go to the next one, which will be the Vamp Scratch one. Equipped. So I was playing this without, what do you call it? Where you eat somebody and you go to 3%. So I was playing it like 1 just for the spammable. Everything is still the same. The food is the same. The Mundus is the same. The only thing that's different on this one, you can go stage 3. I did not because I was just testing. I wanted to see how good it was. And this is actually really strong. I was really impressed because when you fossilize into this, it's kind of like Javelin. So this is like, this build here, like in general, like my build here, it's not the best because Adric Spears is probably the best overall. But I like DK. You know, my main 3 classes I've always played was Templar, DK, and Warden. So I figured why not do it this way? 'Cause I actually enjoy it this way. The only thing I switched is Ethereal Burst, and then this still stayed the same. But this one also, this one hits a lot harder, especially when you get lower. When you're like 50%, this thing hits harder than my Wrecking Blow most of the time. So you'll be seeing a bigger amount of crits with this build, with this setup. Still Monomyth, you can still run. Honestly, if it was me, I still think that this is probably the best. And if you don't have this, then Sea Serpent's Coil would be the best way. Just because you want this thing to hit as hard as you can. And Monomyth, this and Sea Serpent's Coil and Sane Seducers, if it sets up right, is probably the best. But then if you really wanted to, even Death Dealer, so you can get more health, you can be up to 35k, then this like 33% and stuff that you get from this isn't so bad. I'm still Imperial. This should be stage 3. You're getting, just from the food, which, like I said, Undeath, 15%. It's really strong, 15%. So you're extra tanky, plus you got the rune, that's making you tankier. Then you got focus, so that's making you tankier. The vigor, the corrosive, you know. Same with this, like you don't have to. I don't have it leveled up. The vampire, you could use the vampire ultimate. You know what I mean? If you wanted to. I think this build actually, because I'm not a big ice staff person. Like, I really don't like it. I like it on my DK, but I don't really like it on my Warden. But ice staff here, and then you could run Destro ulti, which would be awesome too. Same ultimate front bar. You know, whatever you want to do. I like Dawnbreaker. So that's the vampire setup. Like I said, I recommend you, you know, whatever mythic you want to use, but everything is the same. Sustained, survival, Pain's Refuge, resilience, focus, mending, mastered arms, fighting finesse, same thing, and this is the same. So here's the final one. Now this is my personal preference favorite build. This one's I love this build. It's just, like I said, this is going to be the only time that you'll see that I have 3 skill lines are the same. I kind of like just playing with one other subclass and then play 2 Warden. So this is what I call the Wardenate. This is like my favorite one. Because this is more how long I play. So, like I said, everything is the same except for one CP is different. And I'm not running Healing Soul, I'm running Contingency. But we'll get into that in a second. So this is probably my favorite build. Like I said, I like this is my kind of style. I like to play, like I said, 2 Wardens, Winter Embrace, Animal Companions, and Earthen Heart. Still, you know what I mean? That's what I like. So, Resilience, Master at Arms, Cleansing, Revival. Okay, so I'm not running Purify, and even if I was running Weird Tree on the back bar instead of Rally Cry, I would still run Cleansing Revival because people have so much dot pressure with the Batistrands, and people are still running Pyro Brand, so there's no sense in not having it. So if anybody tells you any different, just tell them to shut the fuck up, because they're crazy. I mean, yes, you can hit hard, but not everybody's running around with the Batistran stuff like me. Not everybody's running around with Streak like me, because I'm not doing it. So no Storm Calling, no problems. And so same setup here, nothing's different. My back bar is different, so I got Polar and I got Northern. So I love, even though Northern got nerfed, it's still good. It feels so good with the pressure. I'm sitting here waiting for the second. I'll push on the Northern, and right before the second Deep Fissure, I fossilize and then hit that with a Wrecking Blow. It's crazy damage. It's super strong. And then on my healing contingency, I have, on my healing contingency, I have the heal for the burst. So when I get knocked down, this is why this is the most broken, one of the most broken scribing skills, because as soon as you break free, you don't have to do anything. There's no punishment when you put it down, because you automatically get healed. So, and then I went for Warrior's Opportunist. That's where they get the extra 2,000 damage, and then that's where I get my major prophecy. So this one here is a little bit harder. Like I said, that's why I run Smoke Bear Haunches. This one's a little harder on sustain. So I'll put this in here so you guys can see. $13. 15, and it goes higher, so. So it goes higher. It's almost like 17k tooltip. It's just I gotta line everything up and everything. But I'll just do it like this. So I'm already at 13k and I didn't even, do anything special. Minor Berserk. $13. $16. And then if I was hitting Northerns, $18k. So this is my favorite setup on the build. Like I said, it's a little harder on sustain, but I like it a lot. I like, this is my favorite. So, and you don't have to, if you don't like using polar, you can still use, where's it at? Healing Soul. That's up to you. Um, you know what I mean? You don't have, like I said, you don't even have to use, Shattering Rocks if you don't want to. You can use the Warden Charm. You can just move contingency to your front bar. And make this instead of the Savagery, because you got it on here. You make it Warden Charm. And then I believe yeah, you make this the Warden Charm. And then you can either put what is it called? You can either get more recoveries. That's it. That's pretty much it. That's all you would need is just the minor recoveries. So you don't really need, like, you could do Magic Steel. I don't see the point in that. You're already getting it from Winter's Embrace. You're already getting minor protections. You don't need that. You can get the minor recoveries, but it's entirely up to you and how you want it. I like, I haven't played this one in a little bit because I've been playing the regular Plar, Warden, and DK. But the same thing goes for this one. You don't have to run Monomyth. You don't have to do it. You can run Coil. You can run Saint Seducers and DDF, Markin, whatever you want. It's up to you what you want to play. And then CP, like I said, the only thing it changes is Cleansing Revival. You don't have to run Rally Cry. You can run Clever. You can also run Weird Tree. So I hope you all enjoy and like this. I worked actually really, really hard on this build. It's probably my favorite build since I've been playing the game. It's this is the one that, like, I've worked really hard on this build. Like, I know that I'm Imperial instead of Khajiit. You can be Khajiit, you can be Orc, you can be Nord, you can be, I think you could even be Redguard if you really wanted to. But I was going to show Yins what I meant by, that's a different one. I probably didn't save it. Oh yeah, I did right here. No, that's not it. That's what the Storm Calling one. Never mind. I didn't save it. But if you wanted to run this build here, instead of running it with Shattering with DK, you just want to put Plar here. You just switch this and Plar together, and then you put Javelin, and you can either run Wrecking Blow or Jabs. There's nothing too crazy. Contingency will stay the same, and then you can either run Healing Soul or Polar Wind, whatever you want. So yeah, so whatever you want to do, appreciate it. Like, subscribe, and comment. I've worked really hard on this build, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Peace out, and I hope you guys look forward to the next build video.